Hey guys, Epoxy here, and today I'm going to be reviewing another Airsoft gun. So today I have the very sought after BIOHAZARD 2 Desert Eagle .50 AE, obviously by Tokyo Marui. Now this is an extremely rare and limited gun. In fact, it's actually one of 3 Resident Evil Desert Eagles made by Tokyo Marui, and it is by far the rarest. In fact, it's actually the rarest airsoft gun I've ever owned. Now, for those of you who don't know, this gun is actually based off the Resident Evil series, in particular Resident Evil 2. So this gun is owned by Leon Kennedy, and it is essentially a replica of that gun. Now, I don't know too much about Resident Evil. Okay, well that's probably a lie. I don't know anything about Resident Evil. So I will, try my best to elaborate. So on the front here, you can see a couple of screenshots of Leon shooting at some zombies. I will add, however, that they are quite pixelated, but you need to take into consideration that the Resident Evil 2 game was released a very long time ago, so obviously not going to be the highest quality. But nonetheless, they've put a lot of effort into putting those pictures on there. Now, in terms of the box, it comes in a sturdy cardboard box, nothing amazing. It is slightly larger than what the normal Tokyo Marui Desert Eagles come in, and the styrofoam base is covered in or reinforced by cardboard, which is a nice wee addition. And of course, on the front here, you can see the Tokyo Marui pistol itself. It is fully licensed by Capcom, so you can expect to find all the original markings as they would appear in the actual gun itself. Now, if we have a look at the side of the box, we can actually see some more pictures of the gun and some of the features on the gun. So this is the same thing around here. And of course, here. Now on the back, as usual, you've got the safety label, so that's again the shooting distance, and of course reading the manual before operating the gun. And here we have the ASGK logo along with a unique serial number. So let's go ahead and open the gun. I bet you guys are dying to see it. Now just a quick word on what the gun comes with. Obviously, being a Tokyo Marui gas blowback pistol, it comes with quite a few manuals. So obviously in here you get a sheet about the gun. Here you can see some more screenshots of Leon with the gun. And of course this will also illustrate or have an expanded view of the gun itself, along with a view of all the internal parts. In addition, you get a manual specific to the gun. And of course, you get a warranty card, a safety card, and some shooting targets. So at the back here, you also have a manual highlighting Tokyo Marui's current products for sale. Now, this being quite old, those products, are probably going to be outdated, and all in the original plastic case. So, that is very cool for a collector. Right, let's have a look at the gun itself. Very, very nice gun indeed. So in terms of what you get in the box, you obviously get the gun, and it has a red barrel plug on the end. Thankfully, Tokyo Marui, they don't paint the tips of their guns, with that horrible orange paint. So it just comes with a removable barrel plug. Behind that, you will find a cleaning / unjamming rod. It comes with a magazine, and of course you've found behind that is a speed loader. Now I'm just going to take a minute to talk about this. Now this gun actually comes with 2 very unique pins. It actually comes with a RPD Biohazard pin as well as a Stars Raccoon Police medallion. Now these pins on their own, I believe, are extremely rare and hard to come across. So, the fact that I was actually able to get this intact with the gun is, very, very cool for a collector. I've seen a lot of videos, well, not a lot, a couple of other videos on YouTube, and people don't seem to have the pins with their guns, so that is a very nice addition to this gun. And I did take it out and have a look, and it does come with all the original, the cardboard right there and everything else, just like the original. So in terms of from a collector's point of view, I mean, that is very, very cool indeed. Now, located behind that, I think 100 or 200 of Tokyo Marui's .2 gram BBs. When I did actually take these out and have a look at them, they did have a very pink color to them. So I'm not sure whether that's because of, simply how old they are, or whether it's because they're, bad quality, or whether whether they were made that way. But you're not going to be wanting to use those in this gun. Not that you would anyway, but that's besides the point. Now, I'm not going to actually take this out today in this video, sorry guys. The only reason being, it's actually really hard to take out. It's not like a plastic cover, it's really just like a box, and it's wedged in there pretty hard, so it is really hard to take out and put back in. So once again, sorry, I'm not actually going to be taking that out in this video. But let's get on to the gun. Absolutely amazing gun. I mean, it's not every day you come across a gun this nice. I mean, this is essentially just, a Tokyo Marui chrome stainless Desert Eagle with different, wooden grips. But of course, it is the grip on this gun that completely transforms it. Very, very nice indeed. You'll be disappointed to know that, as always, this isn't a full metal gun. It's just made out of shockproof ABS plastic, and this of course is because of the laws in Japan. However, there are several metal parts on the gun. So this obviously includes the hammer, which is actually only a single stage hammer. So unlike the more recent Desert Eagles that can't actually be cocked to a half position, it can only be cocked fully back like that. Of course, the trigger is metal, along with the safety, which is ambidextrous. The slide catch or slide release, magazine release, and the takedown or disassembly lever. Pretty much the standard stuff on any Tokyo Marui Desert Eagle. So on here you can see the engravings as that appear on the original gun. Very cool. And of course on the back here. Here you can see Tokyo Marui, and located, or just hidden away right there, you can see the ASG logo in there, and of course on the wooden grips here. Now, in terms of these grips, which are very, very nice, unfortunately they're not real wood, they're just plastic. Now, if anything, I probably think this is a good thing, because I imagine wood on a gun of this age would actually be quite hard to maintain. Things can go wrong with it, like it can chip, scratch, get dented, eaten by termites at the craziest extreme. So yeah, they've done a very nice job on this. As you can see here, parts are textured here and smooth in there, so there is a very nice contrast. It has very nice grooves for your finger on both sides, so the gun does sit very comfortably in your hand. Of course, in the middle you have the Raccoon Police Medallion. Not really sure how well that comes up on both sides, so that is very cool. A final touch or addition to the grips is you can see the word Leon's actually engraved at the bottom. So that is a very nice detail added to this gun, very unique. And of course this gun is owned by Leon Kennedy, so I suppose that is a trademark of his gun. Standard fixed iron sights, and of course adjustable hop-up. You simply pull that bit back and you can see that there is a lever in there that you can move side to side, and that will adjust the hop-up. So yeah, that is very cool indeed. Right. Now let's quickly move on to the magazine. Comes with a full metal magazine, with the exception of the plastic lip. Now I will add that this magazine is actually different from the more recent versions. In fact, you can see at the front here that this piece is completely covered by metal. And it actually sort of surprised me at first, because I thought, if the pellets jam, how are you going to get them out? But of course, this magazine doesn't actually double stack BBs, it only single stacks them. So as a result, the magazine capacity is significantly reduced. Also, so it only actually holds 13 plus 1 chambered round, not 26 or 27 like the more recent version. And of course, that is why they give you the speed loader. In terms of the gas, this is a plastic gun, as I said. All the externals are, or most of them are plastic. You're not going to be wanting to use anything other than HFC 134A gas in this, and especially not in a gas of this age. This gun does use the older gas mechanism, so that's the mono gas system, and so that's obviously not as powerful as the newer version. As I mentioned before, this magazine is different from the newer version. It's actually thinner and slimmer. In fact, I tried putting a more recent version magazine into the gun and it didn't actually fit. So this is the only magazine that's going to go on the gun, and that's another reason why I don't really want to fire this gun, because if I do wreck the magazine, then I won't be able to fire it at all. Not I'm going to fire it anyway, but that's besides the point. So we'll go ahead and put the magazine in the gun. So putting the magazine in the gun gives putting the magazine in the gun gives it a combined or total weight of 1.03 kgs. Now this is about 80 grams lighter than the more recent Desert Eagles, but it nonetheless weighs the same. It does feel very hefty in your hand, especially with the magazine in. It does have, significant weight to it. Very cool gun. Right. Oops. Some quick specs on this gun. Obviously I said the weight and the round capacity before, but just in terms of things like the power, the power on this gun is going to be significantly reduced, and that is of course because it can only take green gas, and HFC 134A, and it does use the older gas system. So this gun does only actually fire at around 240 FPS. You could put a different gas in it, but you definitely not want to do it on a gun like this. So there it is. It's a superb gun. I could go on describing it for days, but I won't. If I had to describe it in one word, it would really just be masterpiece. This is easily one of my most favorite guns of all times. Right, so now it's time to talk about the price. I think the first thing you need to consider about this gun is, one, simply how old it is. This gun was made in 1998, so it's over 15 years old. And in addition, this is a very limited gun. There were, I believe, only 500 units ever made. So this is one of 500 guns, ever made of this sort. In fact, I believe it's, one of the few guns that are actually in my country, if not the only gun. So keeping that in mind, if you do manage to find a gun like this, which is going to be very difficult because these are becoming increasingly hard to find, I wouldn't expect to pay anything less than $650 US. That is quite a lot of money, but you have to consider, I mean, this is a collector's piece, it's extremely rare and limited, and those are influencing factors. In addition, this gun, I mean, it's the rarest out of the three ever made, so it's always going to be sort of on demand. So that's one thing you're going to have to take into consideration. Now, in terms of what I paid for this, I did pay probably too much for this. I mean, I paid $500 for this. But, I'm a collector. I mean, these are rare pieces, and there's no other way I'm going to get this gun except by paying that amount. So, yeah, unfortunately I did have to pay quite a lot, but honestly, this gun is worth every penny. I mean, as you did see earlier, the box does have, a bit of wear here and around the sides. There's no actual damage as such, so I think, I'm pretty happy with this. And there we have it, one of the rarest airsoft guns I have ever owned. And I think it's an absolute miracle that I was actually able to come across one and buy it. So that concludes my review for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and thank you very much for watching.